Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Bros and Cons. We're finally back. Oh, sorry about that. We're not Bros and Cons anymore. Actually, in my absence, that name was already spoken for, so we have a brand new name for you. We are now The Status Bro. I'm also working with a brand new crew who I'm very proud to introduce. First off, to my left, my all-new co-host and fellow RTVF student and overall bro extraordinaire in totally non-gay way, I give you Mr. Corey VanderSleen.
Hey, what's up, Internet? Yeah, no homo.
Corey, what's going on tonight? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you stoked about this?
Completely.
All right, sounds great. Also, the wild card, the crazy man, to his right, Mr. Jason Siegel. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean Zach Lewis. Go ahead, give me hands up.
Hey!
Yeah.
What's up?
You really do have kind of a Jason Siegel thing going on, man. You got the look, you got the persona, you really do.
So I've heard.
All right, now, and last but not least, our brand new show producer. Everybody give a nice, warm welcome to Melissa Galbraith.
Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, now.
You totally said my last name wrong, but it's okay. I'll
All right, you know what, correct it. How do you say your last name?
Galbraith.
Galbraith.
Galbraith?
The A is
Galbraith?
silent.
Jesus Christ, we're working together and I didn't even know how to say your name properly.
I'd been under that assumption the entire time, too.
I apologize about that. How do you say my name?
Ebeling.
God damn it.
How do you say my name? Say my name.
VanderSleen.
Okay, fine.
That's legit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just everyone seems to mess that up at like restaurants or something for some reason.
Really?
They don't get the pronunciation wrong. They always spell it wrong. Like you'll call in for a reservation, they'll get like VanderSleen. They'll spell the last part with an L-I-N-G or something like that. It's like,
That's weird because I
You're
think
not-
that's how
no.
you spell it. But
That's okay. I still get mail with Z's in my last name, so it's...
Zach, I'm assuming Lewis is correct. That's how you pronounce your last name?
You got it.
All right, good. We got
not
that.
Lewis. Not
I'm
Lewis.
not Hispanic, Corey.
All right, first off, a lot of things happened in the last week. We had the whole Super Bowl. I know personally, I don't give a shit about sports. You guys? No?
No, not really.
Nope. I watched Walking Dead.
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
No shits given.
All right, you know what? Let's talk a little Walking Dead here. Who all is a fan? Everybody. I mean, come on.
You
Corey,
got me into it recently. I wanted to resist for a while, but nope, I'm hooked.
But you're still not caught up on season 3. Correct?
No. I still have to get started on season 3. You told me that marathon was going on Saturday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, because Sunday is a new episode, so I think it may be Saturday through Sunday. I'm not actually entirely sure about that.
One way or another.
Either way, they got them all showing. Zach, how about you? You know
Big fan. Comics, show, video game. Played through that. The new episode is this Sunday?
yeah, the new episode is this Sunday.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a video game for
Speaking
that.
of, you say you're a fan of the comics. Do you like what they've done with the show so far? Do you think it's kind of... I mean, I know a lot of people really aren't pleased with what they did.
No, I really dig it. Considering I've read ahead in the comics from where they are, not much further ahead.
Right.
But I like how there's differences. Certain characters will die and won't die. They've introduced new characters. There's characters that they've left out. And so I really dig it because it's a new experience, even though I've read the comics. So
I've
kinda
never
nice.
read the comics, but I assume that the storylines weren't ever supposed to intersect there. Are there even the same characters going on?
Yes, absolutely
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
characters. Pretty much all of them. I mean,
almost everybody is in there.
they make a couple of deviations. Like in the comics I remember with the death of Shane is actually blown away by Carl.
Yeah.
However, which was
kinda
really
still worked
cool
that way.
and dark, but it did kind of still work that way. And I think that the way that they actually killed Shane with Rick stabbing him in the chest or whatever was really fucking awesome. I mean, that was really cool.
You made me do this.
Yeah, see, I mean, that was a great scene. It may not be a literal translation of the comics, but I think it was something that really worked for television.
Yeah.
It did.
Shane died very early in the comic as opposed to the show. He lasted all
And
the way
if-
through 2 seasons.
I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Rick comes back and digs up Shane's body and kills his reanimated corpse, correct?
He does, yeah. As soon as they discover that, yeah.
Okay, word from our producer. Melissa, what do you got?
Spoiler alert, I am not there yet. Thanks
Okay,
for-
well, we gotta
thanks
talk about
for
it anyway.
ruining the show.
I'm sorry,
You did tell us to get caught up.
Yes, true.
You don't have to watch it now.
Thanks.
You know
still
everything.
watch
You
it.
can start with season 3.
You should still watch it. All right, what else is going on? Oscar buzz. All right. First of all, I know everybody's thinking the big predictor here is for Argo, and I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be really pissed if Argo wins. Not because it's not a good movie, because it absolutely is, but it's so much a classic Hollywood narrative popcorn film where, personally, my vote, I think Silver Linings Playbook did something totally original and new and is something that should be commended in terms of the Academy, but it probably has no chance of winning Best Picture. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen either one yet, and I'm really disappointed that I haven't seen Silver Linings Playbook. But I've heard that Argo is your classic like art house film. It's got everything you'd want like as an artist. So I would think it would do good at the Oscars. Do well, do good. Fuck it.
Which is funny because if Argo wins, I mean, I think it would be the first time ever that a film won Best Picture where the director himself wasn't nominated for Best Director.
Ooh, this is a good point.
I don't know for sure. In fact, hey, Melissa, you want to look that up?
Argo, the director for Argo, nominated.
Yeah, never mind. That's kind of a hard search. Don't even worry about it. All right, so moving along.
I'm on the same page.
Zach, what's your favorite pick for Best Picture this year?
For Best Picture?
Best Picture.
Shit, who are the noms?
Who are the noms? We got... Let's see, you want to look that shit? No, I'm kidding. I think I can pretty much come up with
I did not do my research for the Oscars.
We got Argo, Silver Linings, obviously.
Wait, we're talking Best Picture,
Lincoln,
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I've got it here. Best Picture. It's Amour.
What the
Argo.
fuck is that?
I've never fucking heard of it.
Jesus Christ.
Argo.
One of those fucking...
Beasts of the Southern Wild. Django Unchained. Les Miserables. Life of Pi. Lincoln. Silver Linings Playbook. And Zero Dark 30.
I'd say it's got a lock for Cloud Atlas.
But that's not even nominated.
It's not even nominated, which is
And
bullshit.
I
But
am
out of
disappointed.
that list, I think... I didn't even see Silver Linings Playbook, but I've heard so much buzz. I knew a guy that went and saw
I
it
was
early
so
screening, and he thought it was amazing.
Fantastic.
So,
I
my guess
definitely
is
think
that.
it should get the vote, but having seen Django and just... I don't know. I'd still go for Silver Linings Playbook.
Is Django the only one you've seen out of that list?
See, I have not seen Django. You see Django?
Nor have I seen
That is the
Django.
only
You
one I've
might
seen.
be a little biased, but...
That is true.
Yeah, I am biased, so I can't really throw in a good vote.
I have heard, however, that Les Mis did exceptionally well.
Okay, our producer Melissa telling us that Les Mis did exceptionally well. I don't know if that's she's coming through on the mic. Anyway, I believe you are absolutely correct. Les Mis has like a ton of fucking nominations, right?
It should.
Did you guys see it?
No, I didn't, man. That's a fucking beating. I can't sit through that shit.
I went and saw it.
You saw it?
I did.
Did you really?
I did.
How long is that?
Opening week.
Come on, how long did you have to sit there?
Just
3 hours.
short of 3. I want to say like 240, 245, 249 maybe.
That really is a marathon.
It's a long flick, and it is a slow burn. The whole thing's an opera. You know,
That's a
normally-
fucking endurance test.
Yeah, the play was. The play is just musical pieces intervening with talking, whereas the movie is like an opera. The whole thing is singing all the way through. Oh, it's rough.
You guys both see Django?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Was Django at least? I mean, I know it's a long movie, but it was probably really fast moving, right?
Django?
Yeah, it moved along pretty well. There were a couple of scenes that seemed to drag on, but I feel like those scenes, it definitely handles itself well. It doesn't feel like it's excessively long.
Gotcha. You know, a lot of my favorite movies from this year are not even nominated for anything. Like, first of all, Looper. Looper's badass. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Zach, you watched Looper recently, right?
I did. $20 million film made it look like a $100 million film. It was awesome.
Yeah, Looper's fucking great.
It was fucking great.
Totally snubbed. My favorite films of the year always get fucking snubbed. I mean, I loved Looper, Drive, Adventureland, The Wrestler. Those movies never received, excuse me, any real recognition. Oh, and of course, we're drinking beer in typical pros and cons fashion. I mean,
Of course.
the status bro. Corey, what are you drinking over there, buddy?
I've got my last Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Ale.
Ooh,
It's been sitting in there for a while.
That sounds fancy. I don't drink any beer that's more than 4 words.
It's terrible.
It's good though.
Now Zach over here is the young blood. He is not quite 21 yet,
No,
so he's not drinking.
21 in April. So we're getting
21 in April, almost there, buddy.
there.
You're getting there.
We'll get you there.
Yeah. Together we can do it.
All right, so TV, we already hit on Walking Dead. None of you guys watch Breaking Bad, do you?
I do.
No, I
You
don't.
Are you caught up currently?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, dude. Man, Breaking Bad is always shot out of a cannon each
Oh,
season.
God, that
I mean,
show's
season
awesome.
3 was a little bit slow, but I think it started all right.
Do we want to talk more Oscars?
Do you want to talk more Oscars? Bring it on. Lay it on me.
All right.
got?
What are we? Let's then move on to like Best Actor. What do y'all think? The nominees here
See,
are
I haven't seen a lot of... Okay, go ahead with the nominees.
nominees: Bradley Cooper for Silver Linings Playbook,
There's my nominee.
Joaquin
There's my
Phoenix
pick.
for The Master, Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, Denzel Washington for Flight, and Hugh Jackman for Les Miserables.
See, you got guys like Denzel and Daniel Day-Lewis who are fucking alums, so obviously everyone thinks they're a deadlock. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis, how many times is that guy nominated and doesn't win? Let's be honest. I mean,
how many times has he won?
He definitely won for Gangs of New York and There Will Be Blood. I'm pretty sure. I may be talking out of my ass on that one. Melissa, you can check on that one if you want. Daniel Day-Lewis. I believe he won 2 times.
I think he did. Maybe once. Either way, he's been nominated a bunch. I think he's got it out of those. I've only seen Les Miserables out of that list. Hugh Jackman was all right.
I'd probably say Daniel Day-Lewis.
Wait, so you did see Lincoln?
No.
No, did anybody see Lincoln?
Okay,
again, I haven't seen...
isn't your pick, it's your prediction.
My prediction.
Yeah, you know what? I'm probably going to agree with Corey on that. All right, what else we got? Come on, let's more categories.
Actress, best actress. There's Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30.
Didn't see it.
What the fuck is it? Quiven Sani Wallace for Beasts of the Southern Wild.
If you can't pronounce it, she's not going to win.
Yeah,
Way to butcher.
That is probably all wrong. Okay, Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook, Naomi Watts for The Impossible, and Emmanuel Riva for Amour.
What the fuck is The Impossible?
It was that flick with Naomi Watts, 2 kid actors, and Ewan McGregor about the tsunami in...
Oh, right.
Yeah, my parents went to see that. I
Where
passed over it.
Tsunami in... Fuck. I don't even remember where it was.
It was in that oceanic region.
Oh,
it's like
Hold on, a word from our producer. I'm getting some information right here. It looks like Daniel Day-Lewis did win 2 times for Best Actor for My Left Foot. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And There Will Be Blood. I could have sworn Daniel Day-Lewis won for The Butcher in Gangs of New York.
He should have. Jesus, that was a good performance.
My Left Foot, My Right fucking nut.
Oh, he won supporting for Gangs of New York.
Did you see My Left Foot?
I never fucking heard of it.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. So he did, okay, no Academy Award, but whatever.
My Left Foot was a biopic about a dude who's paralyzed, completely paralyzed, like head to toe, except for his left foot. He can move his left foot.
Oh yeah, no, I watched some of that in I think in Butler's class.
I think that's why he got it, because they were like, "Oh, it's so great," and he's a total method actor. And
speaking of Butler, for the first time ever, every member of my crew is a RTVF student at UNT. Just like to say, a little round of applause for UNT, everybody.
Yeah,
give a little round of applause there.
Mean Green.
Now, okay, do you guys want to do more Oscars? What's going on?
There's not much left on this list right here. Just supporting actor, supporting actress. You want to go into that?
Nah, fuck that.
All right, fuck that.
All right. Anyways, RTVF, anything going on campus right now that perhaps our RTVF patrons would like to hear?
There is one thing that I wanted to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
All right, for the second week in a row in my audio class, the teacher hasn't been there. The instructor hasn't been there.
2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, Philippe has not been there 2 weeks in a row.
Oh my! Are you talking about Philippe Sealander?
Yeah.
He's your lab instructor.
Yeah.
It's actually
He's all of our lab instructor for audio.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, no, he probably is. That's funny that you brought this up, actually, because, okay, first of all, he did not show up for our first day of lab. Brenda Jaskolski. Let's give a round for Brenda Jaskolski in case he's somewhere listening.
Awesome.
I had to cover for him. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy seems like he's a very competent lab instructor, but he was not there the first day, so she had to pick up the slack. And then the second time, this most recent week, he was late. Also had to be covered by Brenda Jaskolski. So anyways, 2 weeks in a row, you had absolutely no appearance from your lab instructor.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Last week, we were actually, we sat down in lab. We were waiting there for him for like 15 minutes before someone realized that, he sent out an email right before lab started. This time, he actually sent the email out like an hour before, so
which only came to probably to your UNT Outlook.
Well, I mean, I was in class, so I didn't get the email.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, I mean, I never think to check that shit.
Yeah, no.
The Eagle Alert system thing only comes through if, like, the school's closed for snow or some shit. I'll get a message on my phone, but...
Yeah, no, that doesn't work for fucking teachers.
No, it doesn't work at all.
But, like, we had a project due this week, and so we can't get any feedback on
the
that.
BC Powder commercial.
The BC Powder! And then whatever the fuck they were fucking talking about.
Powers in the powder.
BC Powder?
The power
BC Powder and the power.
BC.
I don't fucking... It's ingrained in my brain, but it's only like a muddy voice up there.
Yeah. Same here. And
BC
a lot of fucking
Power.
shitty country music.
Yeah.
Is this Jaskolski's class?
Correct.
Yeah, audio production.
No.
But it's like we've got that second project that we're supposed to be started on that I'm sure we all have questions about that he can't answer anything for fucking 2 weeks.
So wait a second. You mean you had questions concerning the project and you weren't able to get an answer?
Well, not this one. For Project 2 that's coming out.
Oh man, I'm nervous as shit about that.
But I mean, another thing. Changing gears a little bit there, Jaskolski was also absent from class on Wednesday.
Correct. She's actually my instructor for 2 courses also.
Yeah, I heard about that. You got like a whole day off.
Yeah, a whole day. Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
go to
you
my first class for RTVF writing. screenwriting, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
But I'm starting to wonder at this point, are we going to get our money's worth for this class? I mean, at some point, if we miss class, so much, we start getting points counted off on grade. If our teachers miss class so much, can we start getting points back?
I actually think Corey makes an excellent point about getting your money's worth on this class. Sorry, my headphones were kind of in the way there. Oh, damn it, I lost my train of thought. What were you saying about getting your money? You had a good point there. That if I know what I was going to say.
If the teachers are absent, so many times, can we start getting points back?
See, that's what I think. If the teachers are not going to be there, then you have to be more lax on the grading, right?
I would think so.
Absolutely. I mean, how can they hold their students to a higher standard than their own? All right, go ahead, Zach. Weigh in on this.
I agree on that to a point. First off, you and I have very different definition of getting your money's worth. Getting your money's worth to me is
getting a good grade.
Yeah.
Which I can agree with.
I don't want to give the teachers any more incentive to be in class. In fact, the more days they take off, the better, personally. But
you'd think it'd work in your favor, where it doesn't always.
No, yeah. Turns out usually you kind of get screwed on the end of it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the way it's going to work out is that we're going to have less time to interact with the faculty on, the project here, and we're not really going to get a whole lot of... They're not going to ease up on us a whole lot in the grading or the deadline for it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, exactly. Corey's making some great points here. And we'll have more of this thrilling conversation when we come back. We're just going to take a quick break. You are listening to The Status Bro. You're listening to The Status Bro. Welcome back, everybody, to Bros and Cons. I'm sorry, that's The Status Bro now. And if you want to contact us, you can reach us at our Gmail address at TheStatusBro2013@gmail.com. That's TheStatusBro2013@gmail.com. Now, I'd like to do a little segment coming up now just to get to know our new staffers, meet the crew and everything. People know a lot about me, but don't get me wrong, you guys can ask me questions too. Let's get into a little bit. Corey, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm going to put you on the spot, pal.
All right. Well, Arlington born, Arlington raised. I knew what I wanted to do with my entire life until I got to college. And then what I wanted to do was drink and party.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, for a couple of years, I got into the radio television broadcasting program at TCC. I knew that I wanted to do something with that. Also started my band at that point. I think that was 2007.
What's the name of your band, man? Go ahead and give them a plug.
I'll give it a plug. It's East Chase. There are two of us.
I actually heard a little bit of a couple of their songs before we started the show, and they're definitely not bad, man. They got something going there. You guys should keep on that.
We haven't made any progress in a couple of years, so it's a long progress.
However, in the meantime, you've made some serious progress in terms of your RTVF status. I mean, I'm guessing because you went to TCC, that's why you didn't have to take some of the same courses that we had to, like those intro-level courses and whatnot.
Well, I transferred that stuff in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, it's just different teachers and whatnot because you're at a different school.
Yeah, but yeah, at one point I thought that definitely what I wanted to do was go the music production route, which is I've got a bunch of audio stuff back at my place. I do a lot of our work for putting together East Chase's songs, but at this point, I feel like I could go either way between music or film.
Yeah, see, because film, it seems like, I mean, just from knowing you, I've only known you like a year probably back and forth, different classes and whatnot. You definitely seem to have a knack for the filmmaking aspect. We actually all worked together on a film once before. We'll give it a plug. Recalibration science fiction film.
It's up on YouTube?
It is up on YouTube. Starring myself, but the true credit goes to our director, Corey. Come on, let's give Corey a hand for Recalibration.
Well, thank you.
Great job, man. You did a good job.
I appreciate it. I try.
All right, so what else you guys say? Let's hear something about your personal life.
Personal life?
Personal.
I just fucking throw myself at all this, music, film stuff. I mean, aside from that, I'm a big gamer.
When was the last time you got laid?
I'm actually still a virgin. I'm not ashamed to say that.
Seriously?
No problem with that. I've fooled around a little bit, but yeah, I'm still a virgin.
That's cool, man. Okay, so you say, fool around. I don't mean to get too personal, but let's get into, what kind of stuff we're talking about here.
Well, I've gotten head.
Okay.
I've given. I've received. Going with the whole mutual hand stuff.
See, you lucky bastard. I've actually been in a relationship for 4 years and I haven't had head in a long time. You know, I mean, that's just kind of the way it goes.
I'm not saying
Once you get serious with a girl, the head goes out the window.
I'm not saying I've had it recently. I'm on the end of a long dry spell.
Yeah, well, fuck, man. It happens to the best of us. I've had some epically long fucking spells. All right, Zach, come on. Let's go to you. First, we don't have to jump right into the personal, but you tell a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get personal.
Well, isn't talking about myself personal in a way?
It is personal,
Right.
but
You don't have
it's
to
also
talk
public.
really
This
personal.
is stuff that you would put on Facebook.
You don't have to talk about your penis just yet.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. I was born in Spring, which is like 45 minutes north of Houston. So Houston,
Spring,
the
Texas?
town
Spring,
of
Texas.
I've
Yeah.
never heard
not
of
the
it.
season.
I
Not
know.
born in the.
Man, not born in spring.
I thought you were talking
Born
about
in
the
spring. Yeah. Wanted to design video games for a long time. Figured out there's 3 things you need to design video games. You need to be good at math, or you need to be good at art, or you need to be good at programming. I suck at all of those.
Seriously?
So-
You seem like you'd be good at that kind of stuff.
I do. No, I'm perfectly mediocre at all 3.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
there's a
can't
career
say
in there
that.
somewhere for me.
I'm perfectly.
What's your favorite video
horrible
game of all
at-
time?
Favorite video game of all time? Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on the N64.
That's a fucking good one, man.
Game was
Favorite
awesome.
video game.
That's yeah, Corey. Why don't you? What is your favorite fucking video game?
I'm thinking about it, but I feel like there's only one logical choice for me to make. Final Fantasy VII.
Dude, I
Hey!
fucking knew you were going to say Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII for some reason, which was quite possibly the very peak of the Final Fantasy series. I mean, I liked 8 at the time
yeah,
when it
Christian
came out,
wrote
but
that
now that I
one.
look back on it, it's not that great. 7 is fucking amazing. Melissa, get over here. Tell us your favorite video game. Come on.
And maybe a little about yourself, dude.
Got our producer, Melissa, coming in right now.
Hey.
Go ahead and tell everybody your favorite game.
Jump on the mic there.
I'd have to say the Jack and Daxter series for PlayStation.
Which one?
Which is, by the way, a total chick choice. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I played
Well,
all
I
of
like-
those.
I like Prince of Persia, Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Uncharted's
Okay,
pretty badass.
I'm totally on
Uncharted
board
is nice.
with Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. See, I fucking hate Assassin's Creed. And
Thank you.
Dude, it's so hard. I'm like, I can never figure out how to do anything. I'm a pretty competent gamer. I like to think, maybe not as good as you guys, but you know, I like it. And yeah, no, I say fuck Assassin's Creed.
I'm
I gotta
not-
say, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is my favorite video game. Of all
Nice.
time.
Vice City? Okay, yeah, sure, that's really good.
It's a classic.
Does anyone like San Andreas?
Dude, I fucking love San Andreas.
Okay,
Is a
okay.
close second, man. I can't even tell you how many hours I spent on San Andreas.
Oh
when
yeah,
it came
I
out,
love
dude.
San Andreas, but
Dude,
most
San
people that I
Andreas
talk to
fucking
fucking
rocks.
hate it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How can you hate San Andreas, man?
That's what I'm saying.
It was the bicycle. Everybody hated the bicycle.
The
Okay,
bicycle.
first of all, I personally like the bicycle, and they brought so many great things to the series. Like, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic there. I mean, you had being able to fly like real planes and shit.
You can get a fly a Harrier.
You could fucking you had a parachute. Man, there are all kinds of. San Andreas is one of the coolest games of all time. Nobody's disputing that, right? We're all on board. San Andreas kicks ass.
Nah, fuck that.
It's awesome.
All right, cool, Zach. You're back in the hot seat. Tell us some personal shit. When was the last time you got laid?
Man, I'm 20. Come on.
So what? No, there's an age
yesterday?
limit on sex.
What are you saying by 20? Does
I
that
don't
mean
think anybody
yesterday?
checks your ID before they bang you.
2 weeks ago? I guess if you hit 18, you can buy cigarettes and porn. It's
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I don't know what you're trying to imply with like I'm 20.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is it like supposed to be like the peak time
I
right there?
can't
You're getting
drink,
it every fucking day.
man.
So you pick up on the
There's a
chicks that are
difference between
not
being
a
able
fucking
to drink
drinker.
and get laid.
Right.
It's a
Because
huge difference.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me rephrase it. I can't legally go out and buy a drink.
All right, Melissa, you've been in a serious relationship for a long time. When's the last time you got laid?
yesterday.
Shit.
Nice.
And the award goes to...
Indeed. I've been in a relationship for like fucking 4 years, and that day you definitely beat me on that one. So that's impressive. All right.
Okay, so wait, when was the last time you got laid?
Hold on, let me think. That would be in
If you have to think about it.
It's been too long.
No, it was over the weekend, and it was in the shower, and I'm just trying to think of what specific day it was. I think it was Saturday. I want to say Saturday. Yeah, Saturday sounds good.
Nice.
Shower sex.
Stand up or bathtub?
Stand up.
Okay, what is it a
just
stand
heard
up
that's
shower or
fucking-
is it a bathtub shower?
No, it's a
Oh, it is
bathroom
a
shower,
stand-up.
but
Yeah, you see where the
I was
confusion
standing
is.
up.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
Those stand-up showers, super shitty.
Are they?
What, for banging?
Because I have one and mine's smaller than like your refrigerator.
See, I always feel like the shower sex is the most non-intimate, selfish, like possible sex. I'm like, it's not comfortable for either one, and it's really only going to end well for me.
I was gonna say that. I've
You-
got that
you
impression
feel
that it's
that way?
tricky.
Totally. I don't think
I
I've
would
never once
rather-
finished the job in the shower for Yeah,
I would see, and
my
I
partner.
would much rather be in the shower. I find that it's far more intimate.
Wait, better than the shower than on a bed?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, beds can be kind of tricky.
Okay, see, look,
What?
see,
As tricky as
What
a
do you mean
shower.
they're
in
kinda
my
tricky?
experience, I always thought your best chance at getting reciprocating, getting a girl to finish is in the missionary position. Is that not true?
I suppose it depends on the woman.
Yeah, well,
I mean that was just
Because-
always my thought.
I think you're definitely going at it in the right direction.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
right direction.
You might have to prop a couple things up.
What about being? I'm sorry if I'm getting too personal here. Excuse me. If a girl is on top, can a girl finish that way?
Again, it depends on the woman because some women that's
From a
like their
personal
favorite-
standpoint, come on, this is a personal show. No?
No.
Yeah. See, I mean, I had an ex-girlfriend at one time that was the way she said that it was best because like she could do it, get it the way that she wanted to,
Right.
without trying to be excessively crude here.
You know
I guess
what? I
everyone's
take
different.
that back. I think it depends on the piece of furniture that you're using.
Okay,
Because
see, now we're getting somewhere. I
Because
don't
if you're on
understand
it-
if we're talking positions. What the fuck does furniture have to do?
Talking-
because
bed
of how
versus kitchen
like
counter?
a sofa's a lot more easy to hold yourself up with.
Right. And if you're on carpet, your knees would get rubber.
But like, if you don't, especially if you don't have a headboard to hold on to, then it's really uncomfortable because all of it's in your knees,
I see.
and that's really shitty.
See, that's very interesting. Even though this is a bro show, it's great to have a female perspective. Let's give a round of applause for Melissa sharing her sexual exploits with us. Thank you very much, Melissa. All right, now, Corey. No, not Corey. Zach, I forgot. We're still on you, buddy.
Damn it.
You're not out yet. So you said this was 2 weeks ago. Let's hear the circumstances. I think everybody's anxiously waiting on pins and needles to hear your story.
Circumstances. You son of a bitch.
Come on, I explained my circumstances. My mom's probably going to be listening to this shit.
Visited the girlfriend?
Wait, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Well, I didn't know. You never mentioned her before.
No, I went out and picked up a hooker. No, yeah, I have a girlfriend.
I mean, seriously, of all
some
the
booty
time
calls.
we've all spent
Yeah,
together, you never
she-
once mentioned it.
Yes, she
You
lives
never read
in.
her Facebook posts?
No.
I haven't.
Okay, wait, now how long have you guys been together?
We've been together for nearly 3 years now.
3 years. Jesus Christ, how did I not know this? All right, give it up for long-ass relationships. I'm also in that same boat. Okay, yeah.
Awesome, yeah. She lives in Fort Worth, goes to TCU. I go here, so we're 45 minutes away. So
Gotcha.
it works
Well,
all
I mean,
right. Yeah.
Hey, man, I did the long distance thing for a long time. Almost fucking 3 years.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, not too far. She was in Oklahoma, but
That's
That's
further than
still-
45
that's several
minutes.
hours.
Yeah.
3-hour
I
drive.
did
Absolutely.
I did long distance for 2.5 years. I grew up in Detroit, and I moved to Texas when I was 16, and I left a boyfriend behind. We were together, and we'd continually dated for 2.5 years after that.
you know what? I totally forgot. It is now your turn for the Get to Know the Staff section. So continue your life story, starting with you coming here from Detroit and the boyfriend thing.
We broke up about 2.5 years later, and then I guess I fell off the bandwagon because that's when the whole sex thing started for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so no, just a heads up. We went 5 years without sleeping together.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but you had never had sex before? Interesting. So how long have you been going to UNT?
Shit, 2 years?
When did you decide you want to be an RTVF major?
Um,
What made you want to be an RTVF major? I think this is something that everybody should answer. Corey kind of already explained his, but
I don't know. I talk too much. I have a big mouth, and I feel like everybody ought to hear about it. So
Perfect.
that's good enough for me because I think it's like Jaskolsky said the other day. You don't get into this program without some kind of a personality. I mean, that's
think-
just
It
a
doesn't
fact.
work if you don't have an
Originally-
opinion.
Exactly. Like if you're a boring person, generally you don't pick this kind of field. So I mean, that's why I think it's perfect for a radio conversation. Zach, go ahead. Why did you become an RTVF major? Obviously, you have some kind of a personality, which we've already
Because,
established.
like I said, I wanted to make video games. I wanted to tell people stories, and what the hell? I can't.
So I mean, could you not?
I can't do that. So what else? What's another way I could tell people stories for a living? Oh, I know.
I mean, you could have
Make
gone for like a
movies.
computer science degree or something like that.
Yeah, I could have, and I'm good at computers. I mean, it's what I do for a part-time job.
No, definitely. You made my PC run way faster. That was impressive.
Oh, is it working now?
It's working great.
Awesome.
I gotta say, it's rocking and rolling. Ever since you did that, whatever you did, it was great.
Cool beans.
All right, now I think we've done a pretty good catch-up. We're going to take one more quick break. Going to play some shitty music for you, probably from Sound Minor. So, yeah, we'll be right back on The Status Bro. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Status Bro. That's right, The Status Bro. B-R-O. That's the name we're going with now. I think it's pretty sexy. Anyways, during the break, I was talking with my fellow compatriots here. I got Corey VanderSleen.
Yo.
Zach Lewis.
Hey.
And our producer, Melissa Galbraith. Was that correct?
Yes.
Is it breath, like breathy, like breathing in and out?
No. I. There's an I.
Melissa Galbraith.
Brith.
Melissa Galbraith.
Yes.
Galbraith?
You're getting there.
Melissa Galbraith, everybody. Sounds good, right? Anyways, my buddies here during the break were telling me that I was kind of grilling them on personal issues, which, I was. And I didn't really focus that on myself, so I'm going to sort of pass the buck to you guys here. You can ask me whatever you want. What do you want to know? I am an open book.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I was born in Carrollton, but I consider myself from Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower Mound, Texas.
Floma
nice.
homos.
What?
Fair enough.
What did you do from high school to now?
Ooh, oh man, there's a lot of. Oof. Okay, so
Whoa.
all right, I graduated high
There's
school.
a story.
I was very hippie at this juncture of my life. I was really into drinking and getting stoned and doing blow and that kind of. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, I was doing that kind of stuff for a little while. Anyways, I went to college, but it was more like pretending to go to college. So I went to community college for several years, where my parents paid, but I didn't actually go to college. It was just kind of a cover, so that people thought I was doing something productive. And then I decided, I worked at NCTC for a while, as you guys know, a community college locally, where I ran the AV department very half-assedly. And I was going to school there at the same time, and eventually I failed all my classes, so my parents were like, well, we're not going to pay for you to drive up there every day anymore if you're not going to school. So
You got them to pay for your gas?
yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know. And so then I got a real job. I worked at a company called Reliable Reports Incorporated for 3.5 years.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it was fucking horrible. I sat in a cubicle in
was
front
a
of a computer
reliable
screen. It was very reliable, but I wanted to shoot myself in the face just about every day. And, I realized as I sat in my cubicle every day listening to radio that what I really want to do is be on the radio. It's what I kind of always wanted to do. So I decided to go back to school and eventually got laid off at Reliable. Started going to school full time. Here I am.
Hey!
Yay! I think I did that in less than 40 seconds. So that's my life story in
Okay.
less than a minute.
Let's talk about your woman.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to know?
Shit, we already covered when was the last time.
You know what? You can get personal.
Yeah,
you can
we
get
hit
weird
there.
with it. I don't even care, dude. Just go ahead. I like I said, I'm an open book.
What crosses the line from personal to weird?
Ooh.
Where are the no spots?
You know what? I don't think there are any no-no spots with me. I think I will talk about anything and everything.
How
That's
long-
kind of always been my philosophy on is terms of radio is you have to be real. So go ahead. I'll tell you anything.
How long have you been with her?
How long have I been with her? As of January 14th, it was 4.5 years. I only know that
Damn.
because of 14.
Congrats.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's give it up for
Yeah,
that.
hey.
Relationship there.
Thanks, guys.
Would she be offended by the things you say about her on this show?
I don't think so. We actually had this discussion earlier today at lunch. I was like, you may get mad from time to time, but I'm a wear it on my sleeve kind of guy, and that's just the way I'm going to live. Always live my life. I'll always tell everything.
Very nice. Speaking of wearing on your sleeve, where'd you get that shirt from?
I got this shirt at J. Crew Factory. Why don't we give a nice plug
Hey,
for my
J. Crew
employer?
Factory.
Yeah, that's right. Part-time I work for J. Crew, providing the finest. I'm not really going to give him a plug. Anyways, go ahead. What do you guys want?
Shit, you guys got anything? You're a pretty boring guy.
Is that
Yeah,
like a
no
two-finger
shit.
or a three-finger situation? No, don't answer that.
Whoa.
You guys want to ask me sex stuff? Go ahead. I definitely probed you guys about it. I first lost my virginity when I was 18 years old.
18 years old.
See, I think that's kind of old.
Is that okay? 18.
Yeah.
Is that high school or college at that point?
High school.
Wow,
Yeah,
you
I
actually got it done in high school.
Well, like I said, I was raised Catholic.
See-
So I went my freshman and sophomore year being totally into this religious thing. I'm like, I can't have sex before marriage, or I'm gonna go to hell. I felt like seriously, I had to go to confession after beating off practically almost every week. That's how bad I felt about it. I was rigid Catholic shit. So
Forgive me, Father.
by
That's
the
why I've
time,
sinned several times in the
was
last couple hours.
Exactly. So once I was a junior in high school, I was like, you know what? Now, this kind of all sounds like bullshit. Maybe I really want to get laid. And then that's when I actually started putting forth effort to get laid. And at that point, it took me till senior year, right before prom.
See, you know what? I was 18.
Ooh,
But
18 as well. Now I don't feel so
High school?
weird.
Nope,
High
it was
school?
my second semester of college.
Second semester of college. How the fuck is
Whoa.
that possible? How old were you when you graduated?
17.
17. Son of a bitch. I was 18.
I was 17.
I think I was also 17.
I was always
when I
old for
read.
everybody. I remember being the only guy who could buy cigarettes when I was a.
I might have been
I was
20
18.
now that I think.
I don't-
I might
I
have
don't
been 18
fucking
now that I
remember.
think about it.
But yeah, it was
It's been
definitely my
fucking
second
years.
semester of college.
Nice.
Okay, well, let's dip into that. You said
Yeah.
you were raised heavily. Yeah.
Dip.
Pardon the pun.
No, I like that.
You said you were raised heavily.
Let's
Catholic.
insert ourselves into that conversation.
Please, yeah, just the tip. You said you were raised heavily Catholic. You had to do confession.
Oh, absolutely.
Straight up, okay.
Straight up.
Did you ever straight up admit to, doing the dance with the...
Oh, wait, you're talking about beating off or you're talking
Yeah.
about sex?
Both.
Oh, beating off I confess to all the time.
Really?
Because, well, you see, it's
Good for you,
it's
man.
kind of
Was it like
funny about-
graphic honesties? Like, forgive me, Father, I'd used my hand quite a bit.
No, you see, actually, thank you, Corey. You bring me to my next point. Like, Catholics actually have this really weird way of coming up with, like, a fancy term to confess almost anything, like, make it sound kind of nice. The way that they have it, they give you, like, they make this, it's like a card, and it's specifically, like, for teens, and it has, like, translations of, like, the names of sins, so you don't have to sound like a fucking idiot.
You
So you
serious?
don't have to come in and be like, I jerked off twice, so it was a really good porn, or something like that.
Forgive me,
So you
Father,
say,
the dolphin has been flogged several
they
times.
call it impurity with self.
Impurity.
Really?
Impurity with self.
Wow.
So you say, I was impure with myself several times. And see, that doesn't sound as bad. It sounds awkward.
Wow.
You know what? I think that would be more awkward.
I think I'd feel awkward saying that.
You may be right. I actually had this one priest. Sorry, taking my mic off. Anyways, it was really
Stand
bizarre.
up.
Like, all right, the standard Catholic priest like protocol is you go in, you do your confession straight up. The priest doesn't say anything, and then he jumps in and just says like a brief little spiel, like God, blah blah blah, forgives you. Say this: do 5 Hail Marys, 2 Our Fathers. You're forgiven. Like, bless you, my son. Whatever the fuck it is.
Fuck
Anyways,
off, yeah.
there's this one priest who would always fucking ask me questions about it, man.
Yeah,
He was not even joking. Be like, so what led you to the decision like to masturbate? I'm like, is this fucking for real, dude? Like,
Jesus,
did I even
what
be
led
here?
me to
I'm
the
like,
decision?
I'm telling
I
you,
was fucking bored.
There's nothing creepier than the Catholic faith, and I'm sorry to say that because my parents were, I was born and raised Catholic, but everything about it is just weird. Go ahead, Melissa.
I grew up non-denominationally religious, but I chose Lutheranism when I was young because of
Lutheranism. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
It's like Diet Catholic.
Diet Catholic?
Yeah, we don't do confessions. We don't do the
Do you
sacraments
do communion?
thing. Yeah,
You do communion.
yeah, but we don't do most of the 7 sacraments or whatever. Anyway, about probably 3.5 years ago, in the news from my hometown, it came out that the pastor that I had spent summers with, I went to summer camp with this man,
This is getting interesting.
was busted by the FBI for solicitation of minors.
Ooh, I remember you told me about this.
We talking male or female minors?
Female.
Female minors.
Although he wasn't soliciting them, he was soliciting their parents.
Really?
Makes it not as worse.
I mean, like, you
Like,
hear
he was
creepy
telling
stories
her-
about priests. This is really fucking weird.
He's telling them that he's telling these kids' parents that he's going to teach young women how to come into their womanhood.
Okay, that just sounds really fucking creepy. Like, I just got creep chills down the back
Yeah,
of my
I
spine.
got creepy uncle chills.
Okay,
Oh, big
let's,
time,
let's
dude.
not judge this guy based on the color of his robes.
You
How
know-
old was he?
Okay, yeah.
He was probably
seriously,
in his
yeah.
40s.
40.
Ooh, old enough to fucking know better.
Balding or no?
No.
That's a good question. I don't know why I'm interested to know
No,
that, but I was.
but-
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's
thank
like,
you,
no,
Zach.
there's no relevancy there at all, but it's something I want to know.
But definitely graying.
Definitely graying. Like gray in the temples, that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind
So
of.
what happened to this guy? You go to jail?
He's had his worldly experience.
Yeah, he was convicted on multiple counts of solicitation.
Jesus Christ.
Talk about weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. Let's go back to some happy sex talk. No.
Well, it's just interesting
No, it's absolutely interesting.
because like you hear about it all the time, and you're talking about that weird priest that's
No,
asking
no.
you funky questions.
Dude,
You-
I'm telling you, that priest at least at one point in his life has touched a kid's cock. Has to have.
Okay, wait.
He's asking me questions about jerking it?
Yeah, wait, let me follow that. Did you ever actually, like, interact with them outside of the confession box?
Or
Did
did
you
you-
ever,
No.
Did you
not
ever,
know
like,
who you
walk
were
out at
talking
the same time? You have to, like, look at him and then, like, shake his hand or
no,
anything?
I mean, I saw this guy all the time. This was part of like
This-
the life teen program. Like I'm interacting with this dude every day. Like that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
I mean, the traditional confession is you go and you talk to a guy that like you never see. He's almost a faceless human being.
Yeah.
This guy was not at all that. That's when I started to realize like I'm like going along my whole life. I'm like I'm super Catholic. I'm not going to do any of this bad stuff. And then I got to that juncture in my life. I'm like okay, maybe this is a little bit fucked up. Like there's some weird shit going on here that I'm
This-
not. open to it.
This traditional Catholic thing, the confession and all that, that's something that I've never thought was actually a real thing outside of like TV and movies and stuff. You saying this actually happened to you? I'm like, what the fuck?
By the way, all right, in defense of the Catholics, and I gotta say, I'm not a particularly religious person. I believe in God. Please, Jesus, don't strike me down. But, anyway, the actual confession concept is really badass. Like, when you do it traditionally, and it's a priest you don't usually see, and you go in and, like, you confess, and you do your thing, whatever, it actually was really, like, a good feeling. Like, something I can't even describe. Like, maybe the closest thing I've ever had in my life to a spiritual experience. I mean, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, are Catholics the only ones that do confession? I don't even know.
I think there are some other faiths. I know that, like, Lutherans don't.
Because
that's part of the sacraments.
But you do communion.
Yeah, but and I don't think Methodists and things like that. But there are some religions I do believe that do. But it's part of the whole rebelling against Catholicism was the loss of the sacraments,
gotcha.
such as confession.
And communion, yeah, it's one of those. But I believe Catholics are the only religion. Sorry, guys, we gotta get off the religion thing. We're probably boring the shit out of people. Catholics are the only one where, like, they believe that communion is like the actual transformation. Like, you're not eating bread and wine; you're eating that literal blood and flesh of Jesus. That the priest somehow before your eyes transformed. Yes, that's what we believe.
Is that not a creepy thing at all?
That's very creepy, man. We're drinking blood and eating flesh, and I mean, come on, dude. We're talking about beating off. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on.
Anyway, who else thinks those little wafer things are, like, delicious?
See, I don't know that I've ever experienced that. It's kind of funny. Now I'm picturing Melissa sitting on her couch, like, eating a bag of wafer, like, confessional.
I bet you can buy them.
Oh, you can? I've been to Christian stores as a kid. They definitely sell them by bags.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And they're not blessed or anything, so it's not, like, sacrilege to eat them or anything. You could totally bust out a bag of those right now. In fact, for the next show, we're going to eat a bag of
We should, yeah. Would you like some more sacrificial
wafers?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Flesh of Christ.
The church that I used to do a worship group with, they didn't actually use those wafers, I don't think. I think they used, like, Hawaiian bread.
Hawaii. See, when I was a kid, several churches I went to many different ones, would actually bake, like, bread. They were actually pieces of bread.
Yeah, that's really my own.
That's cool.
It was
we got those little styrofoam wafer things.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was like 8 years old. I always looked forward to that, dude. I'm like, I'm starving. It's Sunday morning. Like, I get to eat a little piece of bread, drink a little booze.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of a treat. I wasn't thinking like, oh my God, I'm drinking the blood of our Christ and Savior.
But yeah, like that worship group that I mentioned, that's my real only experience with organized religions. Like, my parents never really pushed it on me when I was a kid. Like, we didn't go to church every Sunday or anything. It was just kind of like, do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's how my family was.
That's I actually think if I was ever a parent, that's kind of that's the route I would probably go. I think that's a good.
So yeah, I've grown up pretty agnostic.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess is the word.
I don't even know what that means specifically. Somebody fill me in here.
Agnostic
It's not atheist. It's like you believe in a greater power type thing, but not.
I believed, but I haven't seen the evidence of it yet. Which,
Gotcha.
Personally, it's like I do believe at this point. I believe in some sort of higher power. I don't know if it's Christianity. It's what I identify with most.
Yeah, same here. You know what? I think I'm kind of in the same boat here. I got to agree with you on that.
But like all those
touchy
people,
subject too. I mean, a lot of times people get. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like all those people that have like the coexist bumper stickers and whatnot. I feel like I'm in their camp.
Yeah, I can see that. Me too. I'm not. I'm not going to chastise anyone for their. All right. You know what? We haven't hit on you, Zach. Where do you stand on the religion fucking thing?
I grew up non-denominational. Actually, I grew up. I want to say Episcopalian, and then got switched to non-denominational.
That's weird. Episcopalian is a thing I've heard, but I don't know much about. What is that specifically?
Dude, I was like,
it's like a word, a bunch of letters.
Fair enough.
All I cared about was Power Rangers and Pokemon, man.
Me too. I was a part of
Halloween.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers.
Really?
Why not?
Yeah.
That is sheltering right there.
Was that a religion
No,
thing?
my mom thought Power Rangers was the dumbest shit she'd ever seen, so she was like...
But she didn't think it was the devil.
Oh, it was dumb, but isn't all kids programming in a way?
Oh my God, it was
I
fucking
felt
retarded,
like Power Rangers was just a dumb version of Voltron.
Voltron. See, I don't even know what that is.
Yes,
Voltron was my
Kids
shows
Batman
now-
the animated series. Like that was
Kids shows now are highly educational, though.
Yeah.
Like Dora the Explorer, are you shitting me? She teaches kids how to speak Spanish.
I should probably watch that while I do my homework.
I don't know. I've got my own opinion on the shit that kids are seeing nowadays. It's like we all make this argument about everything that we see now. It's with sequels and all that. It's like it's destroying our childhood. We have our own connotations on how things were when we were kids, and that it's being destroyed now. No, we're not destroying our childhood because we still have nostalgia. we're destroying our children's childhood. We're not letting them have a nostalgia.
Okay, give me something specific that you're thinking of here.
Well, I mean, like, all these movies that we have out coming right now, it's all like,
You're
sequels.
like Star Wars?
Well, it's all sequels and, remakes and stuff like that.
True.
I don't see a whole lot of original content for our kids.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
They're not going to have nostalgia. They're growing up in the era of remakes.
I agree. Which is why I loved Looper, because it was original, and even though it's not a kid's
Yeah, there
movie,
were some highly original films that came out last year that aren't even going to get the kind of recognition that they deserve.
You're absolutely right, and I think that happens every year. But okay, you know what? Now that Corey touched on a good subject here, what do you guys feel about the? Oh no, touched on kids. Yeah, I knew you
touched on kids.
It was weak. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach is our wild card, so he's supposed to swoop in with those kind of comments, and I love it. Keep them coming. Anyways, where does everybody stand on like the Star Wars Disney pickup? Because I think it's fucking awesome. As an adult, I mean, my kids are gonna have to sit and watch Star Wars, and it's gonna be totally soiled by the prequels that everybody thinks suck. But if you're a kid, they may be entertaining.
I think that was the goal.
I think you're right. I think it was geared towards kids, where all the adult Star Wars aficionados are like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" Corey, go ahead.
I'm not sold on the fact that Disney picked it up. I mean, that's a company that has a lot of creativity.
Absolutely.
I feel like they can do good things with it. I am soiled on the decision that J.J. Abrams is going to be the director for the new trilogy, or at least episode 7.
And do you think that because like it's in conflict with the Star Trek thing he already has going?
Yes,
yes,
exactly.
I absolutely agree.
He's done Star Trek and now he's doing Star Wars.
Yes.
I feel like those are two things that they can coexist, but they shouldn't intermix like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like the guy made Star Trek awesome, and it's like now is he just going to totally neglect his Star Trek responsibilities and go for Star? I mean. I absolutely agree. I think they should have gone for maybe, well, I would have said like Zack Snyder, but Zack Snyder generally takes a darker turn where, I mean, J.J. Abrams makes things for everybody, and I like that. He's a great person to pick for Star Wars, but he already did Star Trek, which I think should kind of rule him out.
I would have picked Joss Whedon.
Ooh, see, Joss Whedon is a great choice.
Yes.
I mean, the Avengers was a fucking fantastic movie for kids, parents alike, and that's how the new Star Wars movie should be.
Oh, yeah. And with Serenity and what was the name of the show? And Firefly.
Oh,
God,
He's got experience putting together a dynamic cast of people. So he's good with that. And with the Avengers, that was another dynamic cast of people.
Wait, was Serenity directed by Joss Whedon?
It was.
Yes.
It's written and directed by Joss Whedon.
I mean, that is, I think, a great TV to film translation. Like, they did a great job with that movie, I thought.
Well, I thought with the film, I thought with the TV series, he didn't get to finish.
I didn't watch as much of it. Yeah.
It's like you needed
He got chopped off
to
at
give
the
them
ankles,
closure,
right?
Which is what he did with the movie.
I've got Firefly on Blu-ray, so
It's also
I can
on.
hit you up.
It's on Netflix.
I was to say it's on Netflix
Oh.
for sure.
But
Fine,
just a
watch
side
it
note
on
about
Netflix.
Walt Disney, the Disney Corporation. I believe, and we may have to research this a little more for our next show. But I believe one of Walt Disney's subsidiaries is the largest producing porn company ever.
No shit.
Well, yeah, well,
I wouldn't doubt
Disney
that.
Company put out Pulp Fiction, a bunch of other movies.
Did they?
Yeah.
I love Pulp Fiction, by the
Pulp
way.
Fiction
That's probably
was
my favorite
produced by
Tarantino film.
Disney had something to do with it.
But, Melissa brought up a great point, and that's porn. And this is Bros and Cons. I mean, I'm sorry, the Status Bro. So keeping up with the Status Bro, why don't we talk some porn here? And I know it's inappropriate, and this is perfect timing because Melissa's stepping out for just a minute. I mean, what kind of... look, all right, now when it comes to me, I'm a total purist when it comes to porn. And I feel like I'm lucky in that way. Like, I only like really standard porn-type videos. Like... Just a dude and a chick. That's what I like. I gotta have something I can relate to. I don't do the lesbian thing. I like 2 chicks and 1 dude. That's probably as weird as I get with this sometimes, and I think that's awesome. More chicks.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think, Corey?
Say what you want to about porn. It's like, say you don't like guys at all. It's like you ask anybody. They want to see a hard dick going into a vagina.
Corey could not be more correct right now. That is absolutely 100% true. You gotta see that. It's crucial.
It's like you that's not gay at all.
No.
There's no homo there at all. You want to see hard dick in vagina.
I want to imagine that's my dick. I really do. I mean, I gotta have.
You want to put yourself into the
to relate
situation.
to.
It's hard to do when there's just 2 girls there.
No, with 2 girls, nothing's going on. Like, I might still get a boner just because it's like 2 hot chicks or whatever. But I'm not gonna rub one out to that. That's just me. What, Zach? You don't agree?
I like to think of myself as like a Renaissance man. Being a wild card.
Tell us what you're into.
The Renaissance
is-
stroker.
We talking toys, dilds? What do you like?
I like to think that there is no porn that I disagree with.
Really?
I
That's
think
a bold
so.
statement.
Okay, so you would watch like a bukkake film?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't?
No, okay.
I feel like I have very.
I don't. It's not that I'm
Go
against
on.
like the concept of the facials. Like, I mean, like sometimes like you'll pop up like there'll be a facial compilation somewhere that pops up and like suggested. Like the picture looks great. I'm like, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Now, if it's bukkake, I'm generally not into that. I don't like anything that's more than one dude with one girl. That always kind of creeps me out.
You bring up a solid point. Everybody's got a favorite.
Yeah,
They do.
right.
And when it comes to favorites, you're right. You can't go wrong, man. It's A to B. That's where it started.
It's a classic.
You know? Yeah. Son of a bitch.
That's what everybody wants, right?
I feel like I have some pretty weird tastes, though. So yeah, you say bukkake, I'm like, I'm not turned off by that at all.
See, that's what I mean by
I
Renaissance
absolutely do not judge anybody for that. Like, everybody, I mean, to each his own. Like, porno is a great thing. Everybody likes different stuff.
Different strokes
Just
for
'cause you
different
don't-
folks, yeah.
Exactly. Just because you guys like the
Exactly.
same things as me doesn't make anybody, everybody likes different porns, and that's cool. I mean, as long as you're not into like kiddie porn or something like that, then everything's on the table. If you're into kiddie porn, get the fuck out.
That's the one. There's a couple that I'll
draws
exclude.
the line
That
there.
one's
That one's
out.
out.
Necrophilia's on the fence,
All right, what about chicks wearing a
Seen
strap
any-
on and
Never
banging
mind.
another chick? Is that something that you would
Another
watch?
chick?
Yeah?
Yes.
Well,
I'll
who
watch
else?
that.
I mean, chill, strap up banging a dude. Who the fuck's gonna watch that?
It exists, man. I'm telling
I'm
you.
sure it exists.
You need to broaden your horizons. That's your problem.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You know what? Make me a playlist and I'll check it out.
See,
I will.
I must just not be into the same kind of stuff you guys are.
Yeah, because you're a chick. You want to tell us what kind of porn
I
you
feel
like?
like you have a different mindset than anyone with a dick does.
What kind of
At
porn
least
do you
in
like?
terms of
Yeah,
that.
please. Let's.
If you were gonna sit down and watch a porn, what would be your what's your
Do you,
Skinemax.
do you even watch
Oh,
it for stimulation?
softcore?
you know what
even-
softcore? I
I
can almost kind of understand that. It's almost sexy. It's a little romantic, a little more intimate. I can see where that would be a broad's kind of a thing that a chick would like.
Do you like a storyline, or is it just
No,
straight
that
to the
doesn't-
I mean,
pounding?
come on, us guys, like you want to see dick and you want to see.
You want to get straight to
you
the
wanna,
pounding.
yeah, you want to hear it, man.
Yes, absolutely.
I like to think that softcore porn, like Skinemax, is either for women, no offense,
Right.
dudes that have not seen like any porn,
Yes.
Or
Oh,
dudes
God,
that
we were
have
kids
seen-
getting
That's a
so
good intro.
hot.
or dudes that have seen every porn and they're fucking bored of it, and so they're like, okay, I have to have my mind like tease it, you know?
You make a great point.
It's
I
like,
think
yeah,
that's
you got all
absolutely-
Because I
those
knew a
peaks,
dude-
you have to have the valleys.
Yeah, I
as
knew
well.
I knew a
Right.
dude in high school who like totally into everything, and then one day he's like, dude, softcore, that's the way to go. I was like, what is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, next time you talk to him, he's gonna be like, dude, reading. That's the way to do it. Like, if
50
you're so
Shades, man.
In
Whew.
text. Oh, God, so
Dude,
hot.
I don't-
will admit,
that's
I
fucking-
will admit that I do read those books. I have not read 50 Shades of Grey.
Look,
No,
I'm
fuck
not
that
gonna lie.
shit.
In my coming of age years, romance novel. I mean, that kind of stuff is fucking hot, dude.
I don't even give a shit about romance novels. You can go to literotica.com.
Oh my
You can
God,
find-
Literotica, dude. That's a throwback to like circa 1999, dude. Like I totally fucking read that shit.
I'll still read that stuff.
that's impressive.
Still exists.
I don't need visuals. I just need some.
you,
I just need
you
to
are
put
the
something in my
Renaissance
mind.
man. If you can read crazy porn and watch crazy porn, like that's
I can put it in my mind, and that's fair enough.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so now we're gonna jump back because you make a lot of really great porn points. So what is the basis of your virginity perspective?
Okay, most people would think that because I'm still a virgin, that there's some sort of religious skew to that, which
Right.
It's not the case at all.
It's a personal perspective type thing.
My whole thing is I don't want my first time to be with someone that is just completely fucking random.
Well, that's
I don't,
totally commendable.
I don't want to like have it be a one night stand, be someone that completely disappears from my life.
Right.
I want them to hold some place in my life. Someone I can look back on and it's like, oh yeah, that girl, she was cool. I can tell you all about that girl. I don't want to like look back on it and think, who the fuck was that? Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
So it is a personal philosophy type thing.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Cool. Which, I mean, my first time was not like that also. It was a very good friend of mine who I was friends with all through high school. A chick, of course.
Ah, thank you.
And yeah,
Thank you for clarifying.
It was good. Like, it wasn't, intimate. But, it was somebody that I knew that, like, I'll always remember. That's a good thing. Anybody here, was anybody here lose your virginity to a total fucking rant? I knew, for some reason I knew by the way your eyes were darting around that you were going to be the one. Come on, let's tell us about it.
I got one night standed.
Yeah.
Sort of. He put 3 months worth of effort into it.
Oh, well, that is not a one-night stand.
not a one-night
That's a
stand.
3-month
Except-
stand.
You have
Ex-
a repertoire.
Yes.
Yeah, he built himself up for this, and then dropped me off in my car and never answered my.
Okay,
never
see, now that's
answered-
just fucked up. You got to be a real dickwad to put in 3 months of work and then just totally disappear.
Well, and then I saw him again, and
Is this the guy you said that you'd run over with your car if you saw him again?
no,
A different guy?
yeah,
Okay.
They're all
He,
assholes.
Fuck them all.
they're not,
Really?
but they both deserve it anyway. he happened to, like, I don't know what the deal was. Like, I guess he acted like he was ashamed of me because we happened to pass each other in the hallway somewhere, and he pulled his hood down over his face and like his backpack and hunched his shoulders down, so he had to stare at the floor to walk past me, and I was just like, "Are you ashamed of something?"
That might be the most intense.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the deal there? You put in 3 months of work there, and it's like, oh god.
It's like, I got nothing to be ashamed of here, man. If you feel like you got something to be ashamed of, maybe we need to
I
talk.
agree, and from a bro's perspective here, like, I feel like we're all being, empathetic right now. I don't even know if that's a real word. Towards Melissa, because, she is a girl, and I feel like none of us are those type of dudes. I know that I never pulled that kind of move on a chick ever before.
Imagine this, though. I was at his house. There was no electricity or no, like, heating or anything like that in the middle of January.
Yeah.
So this is one of those situations like,
I
there's
couldn't
nothing
even
else to
take
do.
a shower.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's all awful.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was a pretty shitty experience.
Well, maybe.
But that's not your only one-night stand experience.
No.
Or perhaps.
Which, don't get me wrong, I've had several one-night stand experiences, but they were both. I feel like me and the partner were both equally like, I don't give a fuck about this. It's just gonna happen.
The other one, personally, was much better.
Yeah,
because
one-night stands can be a good thing. Absolutely,
it was,
especially when you're a young person. I mean,
it was
and
because
I'm not
it was
opposed.
somebody I knew. It was somebody that I was comfortable with.
Right, but no.
Yeah, and I'm not
You're
opposed
coming
to
from
the
the
concept
standpoint
of
that once you get your first time out of the way and you did it and it was with somebody that, like, it was important to you, and let's say that you moved on from that. After that, you would totally pull one-night stands, correct?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the concept of one-night stands.
Right.
Like, maybe I'm like a romantic or something about that,
totally
but I want my
from.
first time to mean something. Is that a romantic thing still? Is that an idealist kind of thing?
No, I think that's definitely something commendable, man. That's
it's worth every thought that you give it.
Definitely.
Because the choice I made, albeit was rather shitty.
Right. I think a lot of us, it's social pressure, as it factors in. Like I graduate high school, like that I'm some kind of a douche or something, which obviously is not true, but I don't know. It's different for every person. Like you said, different strokes for different folks.
That's right.
So I'm still keeping my dick to myself.
Words of wisdom.
Cool.
Well, sort of.
Wait, Zach, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Yeah, sort of.
Come on.
You skipped me, and I was like,
I did.
Okay,
You're right.
I'll
I
talk
fooled
about
around a
this.
little.
I was 17.
Well,
Dude.
why would you wait so long to say that? You fucking beat us.
I thought you might take offense. You might be like, "City beat me."
Gotta grab a
Fuck you.
beer.
No.
Damn it.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, 17.
Ooh, this is a question I always want to ask people just because I'm always curious about it. Okay, which came first? Did you get a blowjob first or get laid first?
Numero uno.
You got laid first.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, believe it or not, I talked to a lot of people who got laid first before they ever got to...
blowjob first.
Yeah, same here. I mean, way before. That was like sophomore year.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
Okay, wait, did you give a blowjob before you ever got laid? Or...
no.
See?
This
This is the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
No, in fact, but I would have to say that before I actually got laid, I was very selfish, personally.
Well, that's a classic chick move,
Oh yeah, I know. Plenty of girls that they'll do nothing except receive.
Right.
But that's the thing, though. I'm, somewhat sheltered in 16. Somebody's got to help me out here.
Right. Absolutely.
Someone's got to put in the effort.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah.
wait, Melissa, did we actually touch... Oh, you were 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this fucker was... All right, go ahead, Zach. Weigh
The
in.
flip side of that, did you go down first or just go straight to the action?
Ooh, that's a fucking good question. You know what? I think I got laid before I ever went down.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I guess so. I didn't do that for a long time.
I was opposite side of the coin on that one.
So wait, you went down on a chick before you ever got hit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Now I gotta ask you, to this day, do you still like? All right, who likes doing that? Zach, I mean, Corey, have you ever done that?
Yep.
Do you like doing it?
If it's clean, I don't like having to.
That's a great way to start.
I don't like having to go through the Amazon to get to there.
Whoa, right. I don't either. But has anybody ever experienced a foul odor in that?
I've never had a bad experience. My experiences are few and far between, but none of them have been bad.
I had a serious odor issue.
Oh no.
That's no joke, man. That really did happen.
Dude.
But I think for some reason I
scar
like to
you.
do it a lot more when I'm drunk. That's just, I think the same as with chicks, right? You'd rather blow a guy if you're drunk. It's more exciting. I don't know.
No.
You're already feeling kind of
actually,
nauseous.
Yeah, I'm already
to
like,
be,
yeah.
to be honest, I'd have to say say no because when you're drunk, you're already a little dizzy.
Oh yeah,
And that
all
can,
right, all right.
and you
And
don't
you're already
want
close to vomiting, so you don't want to gag yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
you don't want
maybe
that.
that's exactly it. Maybe you do want to gag yourself. You just don't want to shove a couple of fingers back there.
Maybe.
Shove a dick.
But you don't want to throw up on somebody's junk.
If you're drunk, do you really care?
Did you do
Depends
that?
on-
Please
no.
tell me you did that.
No.
Please tell me that happened.
No.
Come on. It's good radio. I pissed on a girl once.
What?
Oh shit!
You want to know? You want to hear? You want to hear the
please.
story?
Leave that one in.
All right, here we go. All right, so, anyways, I was already kind of drunk one night. I'm hanging out with this chick,
good
right?
start.
I'm already a little bit drunk, so she's like, "Hey, my buddy, he was our buddy at the time. She's like, he's having a party. Like, let's go over there." I'm like, "Cool." I'm already kind of drunk. Like, woo, yeah, fucked up. So we go over. Anyways, they're doing shots of Rumplemints. I don't know if you guys are. It's
I'm familiar.
It's like fucking peppermint schnapps. It's like 90 proof.
I'm
or
very
some
familiar.
bullshit. Yeah. Anyways,
I've heard it described as it tastes like Christmas in your mouth.
It kind of does taste like Christmas. It's very festive, but this wasn't Christmas. It was summer. Anyways, so I do like 6 shots of this, and I'm like, holy fuck. I was already kind of drunk when we got here. Now I am flat on the floor, hammered. So she's like, okay, we'll go home. We drive home. We get into bed, and I don't take a piss. And I think this is why this happened. I didn't pee. So I immediately get into bed, and we banged. And see, because I took off all my clothes... oh, wait, you know what? Actually, I think we banged. Maybe we didn't bang. I went to sleep. I still had my boxers on. Anyways, I wake up like 3 hours later. She's shoving me like, wake up, like you pissed the bed. And I'm like, what? No. I'm like in total denial for a long time. I'm like, no, dude, like this is just sweat.
This was
like,
you, yeah.
No, like I was just sweating. Like, she's
It's
like,
hot in
no,
here. I'm
this
kinda-
is a lot of piss. Like, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh my god. So like my first
soaked
instinct, I'm
the
like,
mattress.
I shed my underwear because I'm like, I gotta get this off of me. And I like my soaking wet undies and I discard them. And she's flipping over the mattress, and I'm standing there like completely naked, like with piss everywhere. I'm like, I have to leave you. Like, I have
Well,
to
what do I do?
out of here right now. So like, I go like I put on my pants. And she's like, you don't have to leave. You can stay. I'm like, don't even talk to me.
So
I'm out of here.
This wasn't your place.
No. This is not my place.
Oh god!
She made the story even better. This is her place. So I get in my car. I put my jeans on, no undies. I go home. I didn't. My first instinct was to take a shower, but I didn't. I went back to sleep.
So you put your jeans back on. You didn't drive home naked.
No, I did not drive home naked.
I've done that before.
I got home. I slept for a while. I jumped in the shower, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so bad. How did this happen? And this is the girl that I'm still with today. So.
Hey, there it is.
You stuck through with it.
Oh,
Good job.
I did.
Good
Anyways,
for you.
on that note, we are at the end of our broadcast. We have hit an hour. Of course, I am Kevin Ebeling
This
with
is Corey VanderSleen.
Zach Lewis.
and our producer.
Melissa Galbraith.
All right, thank you everybody for listening. This is The Status Bro. We'll see you next week.